Hi, my name is Katarina Sullivan and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about Medivac. What is it and why has it made such big headlines for the past 36 hours? Medivac is a bill that was voted on yesterday, Tuesday the 12th of February 2019, in the House of Representatives. This bill proposes that people who are currently in offshore detention centres in either Manus or Nauru are able to be evacuated to Australia if they require medical attention. Now, two doctors need to check and certify that people do require this medical attention before they are evacuated. So why is there all this talk? Yesterday was the first time in 78 years that the party in power lost on its own bill in the House of Representatives. Now, since I started recording this video, more information has come out, and of course a bill requires to be voted and passed in both the House of Representatives and in the Senate in order for it to become legislation. This morning when we woke up, we didn't know whether or not it would pass the Senate, and it was resting a lot on Senator Hinch's shoulders. In the last few hours, Senator Hinch has come out and said that he is in support of this bill, which means that it looks like this bill will pass the Senate today. So why is there contention over this issue? Well, Labor and the Independents are in favour of the Medivac bill because they believe that people should be allowed basic human rights, and healthcare is one of those human rights. The Coalition is against this bill because they believe the people in these offshore detention centres have attempted to come to Australia through improper and illegal channels, which makes it hard for the people who are genuinely seeking refuge and going through the correct channels. And the Coalition doesn't believe that we should be assisting these people any more than what we're already doing. Since I started recording this video, Scott Morrison has already come out and said that they are opening the Christmas Island Detention Centre in light of the Medivac bill passing. Well, the Coalition is a little worried that with this bill passing, there will be an increased number of people who are trying to come to Australia through the improper channels, and of course that will mean that we need more offshore detention centres to help manage them under the current policy around asylum seekers. While yesterday was a loss for the Coalition, the passing of this bill could have an effect on Labor's chances at the next election, as there are Australians who believe that people who are coming to Australia through illegal channels should be sent back. And this is something that is a moral issue and doesn't really impact Australians, so it comes down to a question of ethics and opinions, as opposed to something like Medicare or education, which impacts a majority of Australian people. Because this is an issue of morality, it's becoming so divisive, and it means that it goes across what people would normally vote for as a party. So there are people who would normally vote for the Coalition who believe that we should be helping our fellow global citizens, and there are people who vote for Labor that believe we should be helping our fellow global citizens, but as long as they're doing it in the proper way and coming through the correct channels. So this is shaping up to be a very, very interesting first week in Parliament, and it will be interesting to see what happens next in the Senate, what happens next with Christmas Island and the offshore detention centre there, and what the voters come out and say about Labor passing this bill. Of course, this is a huge win for human rights, but it comes down to whether or not the voters think we should be engaging in these kind of human rights issues, or if we should be focusing our human rights problems to Australia domestically. Already in the news, I have seen people comment about the fact that there are more people who die in Australia from suicide attempts than people who die from health in offshore detention centres, and why can't we be focusing on that in Australia? Why can't we have a focus on mental health? Why can't we be focusing on Close the Gap with the Indigenous population? But of course there's people on the other side of the fence that are saying, you know, this is such an easy fix. It's not like it's every single person that's in an offshore detention centre that will be coming here. It's not like this bill applies to future asylum seekers. It's just the people that are in offshore detention centres right now that requires immediate urgent medical attention. It's only a small handful, and it's just a basic human right. So please share this video out if you found this useful to sort of clear up some of the questions around Medivac. I encourage you to go out and engage in these discussions with your friends and family. My number one rule though when you talk about politics is to be respectful of other people's thoughts and opinions. Just because someone doesn't agree with you doesn't make them unintelligent or nasty or anything negative. It just means they have a different opinion. And the only way we can foster great conversations about politics that are productive and have a good outcome is if we remain respectful of each other the entire time. I understand that these are issues that are sometimes really close to our hearts and something that we're really passionate about, and it's hard not to get emotional, but I encourage you to let the emotion be within you and feel all of those things, but just make sure that you're continuing to be respectful. So please share this out, have those really positive discussions, comment, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, find me on social media. I'll be doing lots more of these videos over the next couple of weeks that Parliament's sitting, and also coming up to the election in May, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Bye.